tens of thousands of books on leadership. So there's no shortage of opinions on what leadership is, what great leadership is, and how to develop great leaders. Organizations obviously value the importance of leadership both on the success and the sustainability of their company, and they're spending hundreds of billions of dollars training leaders every single year across the globe. So it seems like everyone has an opinion. There's a lot of attention and money being spent on leadership, but it's still surprising that many people can't actually define and formally define what leadership actually is. And without that clear definition, how do we measure leadership? How do we reward great leaders? And how do we identify who's next and who will be investing in to keep that leadership pipeline full? So why is defining leadership so challenging? Simply put, because leadership needs change depending on the company, the leadership level, and even by the individual leadership role. Even the stage the company is in can have a dramatic impact on their leadership needs. That's why we strongly recommend, as a foundational part of any leadership development or high potential exercise, that organizations develop success profiles. So success profiles are simply a formal document outlining what is important for success at each leadership level at a minimum, and again, ideally that we do it for specific leadership roles. When you do it right, it becomes your framework for measuring and rewarding leaders. It becomes a great guide and framework for identifying who's next in line and who we're going to invest in. And ultimately, it also creates a really nice target for what we're developing our next generation of leaders towards. That success profile is how we move from generic leadership training to something more intentional, specific, and measurable, and most importantly, tied to real, meaningful results that have an impact on the success of the organization. So comment below, let's talk about your successes and challenges with formally defining leadership and some of the things that you've done within your organization, and ultimately using that definition to drive really meaningful results.